Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Learn English Through podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today, we have an exciting topic for all sports enthusiasts and English learners alike.
That's right, Jack. Today, we're going to learn how to talk about sports in English. Whether you want to chat with friends, comment on a game, or even join a sports club, this episode will help you feel confident.
Absolutely, Emma. And we'll cover common vocabulary, phrases, and even some expressions that native speakers often use.
Let's start with the basics. When you talk about sports, you first need to know the types of sports. For example, we have team sports like football, basketball, and volleyball.
And then there are individual sports like tennis, swimming, and running. Knowing the difference helps you describe your favorite sports clearly.
Exactly. For instance, you can say, I enjoy team sports because I love working with others. Or, I prefer individual sports because I like focusing on my personal performance.
That's a great point. And when you're talking about sports, it's useful to use verbs that match the activity. For example, you play football, basketball, or tennis, but you do swimming, yoga, or gymnastics.
Yes, that's a common confusion for learners. Just remember, play is often for games with teams or competitive matches, and do is for activities that are more about exercise or skill.
Let's give some examples. You could say, I play basketball every weekend, or I do yoga every morning.
Perfect. And if you want to ask someone about their sports hobbies, you can say, do you play any sports? Or what sports do you enjoy?
And when someone answers, it's good to show interest. You could say, that's awesome. How long have you been playing? Or, wow, that sounds challenging.
Exactly, Jack. Showing interest keeps the conversation natural and friendly. Now, let's talk about sports events and competitions. You can use phrases like, I love watching football matches, I enjoy going to tennis tournaments, or I follow the Olympics every year.
Right, and there's also casual conversation about performance. For example, you can say, our team won the match yesterday, or I didn't play well today.
And here's a tip. When talking about sports, people often use expressions related to winning, losing, and improving. For example, practice makes perfect, we gave it our best, or I'm getting better at tennis.
Those expressions make your English sound natural. You can also describe your feelings about sports using adjectives like exciting, challenging, fun, or relaxing.
Exactly. For instance, you might say, playing football is exciting because you never know what will happen next, or swimming is relaxing after a long day.
Great examples, Emma. Another important part of sports conversations is talking about scores or results. You can use phrases like, we won by 3 points. The match ended in a tie, or they scored a last-minute goal.
That's very useful, Jack. And if you want to sound even more natural, you can add reactions. For example, wow, that was amazing. I can't believe they lost. Or, what a close game.
And don't forget, discussing strategies is also common. You can say things like, we need to practice more passes, or our defense was too weak today.
Yes, Jack. And talking about your own experience is great too. You can share stories like, I remember my first basketball game, I was so nervous. Or, last weekend, I ran my first 5K race.
Sharing personal experiences makes conversations more engaging.
Jack, another fun way to talk about sports is discussing training and practice routines. People often enjoy sharing how they stay fit or improve their skills.
That's true. You could say, I train 3 times a week to improve my stamina. Or, I practice free throws after school every day.
And you can ask others about their routines too. For example, how often do you train? Or what's your favorite exercise for improving strength?
Another interesting topic is sports equipment. Every sport has its own set of gear, and talking about it can make your conversation more detailed.
Right. For instance, in football, you have cleats, shin guards, and a football. In tennis, you have a racket, balls, and sometimes special shoes.
You can use sentences like, I bought a new tennis racket last week, or my football shoes are very comfortable.
And don't forget clothing. Many people love discussing jerseys, uniforms, or sportswear. You could say, I like wearing my favorite team's jersey on match days.
That's true. Sports clothing often shows team support or personal style, and it's a natural conversation starter.
Another way to sound natural is by using phrasal verbs related to sports. For example, warm up. cool down, work out, and stretch out.
Exactly. You can say, I always warm up before running. Or, after playing basketball, I stretch out my legs.
And talking about injuries or challenges is common too. For instance, I twisted my ankle during the match, or I find swimming laps very tiring.
Sharing challenges makes your conversation realistic. You can also give advice like, make sure to rest if you feel pain, or hydration is very important during practice.
Moving on, discussing favorite teams or athletes is a popular topic. You might say, my favorite football team is Manchester United, or I admire Serena Williams for her dedication.
And you can compare players too. For example, I think Messi is faster than Ronaldo, or I like the way LeBron James leads his team.
Talking about competitions is exciting as well. You can use phrases like, the World Cup is the most thrilling football event, or I watched the Wimbledon finals last year.
And reactions make it more lively. You could say, that match was unbelievable, or I can't wait for the next season.
Another interesting point is discussing sports strategies or positions. For example, in basketball, you can mention, I usually play as a point guard, or we need a strong defense to win.
In football, you could say, he's a striker and he scores most of the goals, or our goalkeeper made incredible saves.
You can also share opinions about coaching styles. For instance, our coach motivates the team very well, or I prefer coaches who focus on individual improvement.
And talking about sports events you've attended is a great conversation starter. You might say, I went to a live basketball game last month and the atmosphere was amazing. Or, watching the marathon in my city was inspiring.
That's a great point. Live events always bring excitement and people love to describe the crowd, the cheers, and the energy.
You can add adjectives like thrilling, intense, energetic, or unforgettable to make your description more vivid.
Absolutely. For example, the match was intense and the crowd cheered non-stop. Or, it was unforgettable when the team won in the last minute.
Another tip is to use sports idioms. They make your English sound very natural. For example, hit it out of the park, on the ball, or keep your eye on the ball.
Right. You could say, he really hit it out of the park in yesterday's match, or she's always on the ball during training.
Idioms like these are fun and they often come up in casual sports chats.
Jack, another interesting topic is talking about sports achievements. People enjoy sharing personal milestones or records.
Absolutely. You can say, I ran my fastest 10K last month, or I scored my first goal in a football match yesterday.
And it's always nice to celebrate others' achievements too. For example, congratulations on winning your match, or that's impressive, you trained really hard for it.
Another natural conversation topic is sports news and updates. Many learners find it useful to discuss recent games or tournaments.
For instance, you could say, did you watch the basketball finals last night? Or, I read that the team will be playing in the championship next week.
And you can add your opinion to make it more engaging. I think they played really well, or I was surprised by that unexpected result.
Talking about sports predictions is also fun. You might say, I think our team will win the next game, or I'm not sure who will come first in the tournament.
It's common to discuss favorite moments in sports history as well. For example, one of my favorite moments was when Usain Bolt broke the 100-meter world record. Or, I'll never forget that penalty shootout in the World Cup.
And you can describe why it was memorable. It was incredible because the game was so close, or I admired the players' determination and focus.
Another useful topic is sports-related travel. People love talking about places they visit for games or events.
Yes, you can say, I went to Madrid to watch a football match, or I traveled to the stadium to see my favorite team play live.
And sharing tips makes it more practical. The stadium has amazing food stalls, or try to get tickets early because they sell out fast.
A very common topic is fantasy sports and video games. You might hear, I created my fantasy football team last week, or I love playing FIFA on weekends.
And it's natural to discuss strategies in these games too. I chose this player because he scores a lot. Or, my team is strong defensively, so I can win matches.
Let's also touch on sports challenges and competitions among friends. This is casual but very popular.
Right. You could say, we organized a friendly basketball match at school. Or, I challenged my friend to a 100-meter race yesterday.
And sharing results makes it interesting. I won by just a second, or it was so close, I barely lost.
Another engaging topic is sports nutrition and health. People often discuss what they eat to stay fit.
For example, you can say, I eat protein-rich foods to build muscle, or I avoid sugary snacks before training.
You can also ask questions to learn more. Do you take any supplements? Or what's your favorite healthy snack?
And discussing mental preparation is important too. Athletes often focus on concentration and motivation.
Exactly. You could say, I meditate before each match to stay focused. Or visualization helps me perform better during competitions.
And phrases like stay motivated, push your limits, or overcome challenges are very useful for describing mental strength in sports.
Talking about sports traditions and fan culture is also exciting. You could mention chants, fan clubs, or annual events.
For instance, fans sang their team anthem before the match, or every year we celebrate the local marathon with a big festival.
You can describe the atmosphere as lively, electric, or unforgettable, which makes your English more vivid and engaging.
Jack, another great topic is discussing sports hobbies for relaxation. Not every conversation has to be competitive.
That's true. You can say, I enjoy jogging in the park to relax after work, or playing badminton with friends is my way to unwind.
And people often enjoy sharing weekend sports plans. For example, this Saturday I'm going hiking with my family, or we're going to play beach volleyball in the afternoon.
Another interesting angle is seasonal sports. Certain activities are more popular during specific times of the year.
Yes, for instance, I love skiing in winter, or summer is perfect for swimming and surfing.
You can also compare seasonal activities. I prefer summer sports because the weather is nice, or winter sports are exciting, but you need proper gear.
Talking about sports goals and improvements is very common too. You might say, my goal is to run a half marathon next year, or I want to improve my free throws in basketball.
And sharing progress makes it engaging. I trained every day last month, and my stamina increased a lot. Or, I finally beat my personal record in swimming.
Another exciting topic is team dynamics and friendships. Sports often help build relationships.
You could say, playing football helped me make new friends, or our volleyball team gets along really well on and off the court.
And it's natural to talk about team spirit. We support each other during every game, or encouragement from teammates makes practice enjoyable.
Talking about sports clubs or associations is useful too. For example, I joined a local tennis club last month. Or, the Swimming Association organizes competitions every season.
And you can discuss membership benefits. The club has great coaches and training facilities. Or, I met many skilled players who helped me improve.
Another practical topic is sports equipment maintenance. For example, I clean my football shoes after every match. Or, I restring my tennis racket once a month to keep it in good condition.
You can also discuss preferences. I like lightweight shoes for running, or I prefer a wooden baseball bat because it feels stronger.
Talking about sports rules and regulations is useful, especially for beginners. You might say, I'm still learning the offside rule in football. Or, in tennis, the serve must land in the diagonal box.
And comparing rules can be fun. Basketball allows more substitutions than football, or swimming races are timed differently depending on the stroke.
Another interesting topic is watching versus playing sports. Some people love one more than the other.
You could say, I enjoy playing basketball more than watching it on TV. Or, I watch football every weekend, but I rarely play it.
And sharing reasons makes it natural. Playing keeps me active and healthy. Or, watching is relaxing because I can cheer for my favorite team.
Talking about sports traditions in your country is also engaging. For example, in my country, running marathons on national holidays is common. Or, football matches are celebrated with big fan gatherings.
You can also describe unique celebrations. Fans often light flares after winning a match. Or, local communities organize sports festivals for children.
Jack, another topic that makes sports conversations interesting is highlighting memorable moments in games. People love hearing dramatic or exciting events.
Definitely. You could say, the last-minute goal completely changed the outcome of the match. Or, I still remember when my team came back from a huge deficit.
And describing the player's actions adds detail. He dribbled past 3 defenders before scoring, or the goalkeeper made an incredible diving save.
Another fun angle is talking about sports rituals or superstitions. Many athletes have personal habits they follow before games.
Exactly. You can say, I always wear my lucky socks during matches, or he touches the goalpost before every penalty.
And you can ask about others' habits. Do you have any pregame rituals? Or what helps you stay confident during competitions?
Discussing sports motivation and inspiration is also engaging. You might say, watching professional athletes inspires me to train harder, or my coach always encourages me to push my limits.
And sharing quotes or sayings can make your conversation lively. My favorite quote is, never give up, or I remind myself, practice makes progress.
Talking about sports injuries and recovery is practical too. For example, I injured my wrist last month, but I'm recovering slowly. Or, rest and proper physiotherapy helped me get back on track.
And you can discuss preventative measures. Stretching before every match reduces the risk of injury, or wearing protective gear is essential in hockey.
Another topic is sports achievements of famous athletes. People enjoy discussing records and milestones.
You could say, Michael Phelps won 23 Olympic gold medals, or Lionel Messi broke the record for most goals in a calendar year.
And sharing your opinion makes it more interactive. I admire Phelps for his dedication, or Messi's technique is truly unmatched.
Discussing sports documentaries or shows is also popular. For example, I watched a documentary about the Olympics and it was inspiring, or the series about the NBA gave me new insights into the game.
You can also share recommendations. If you love football, you should watch this series. Or the documentary shows the challenges athletes face behind the scenes.
Another engaging angle is sports etiquette and fair play. For instance, always shake hands with opponents after a match, or respecting referees is very important in every sport.
And discussing sportsmanship stories makes it interesting. He helped his rival up after a tough fall, or the team congratulated the winner gracefully despite losing.
Talking about sports and technology is also timely. You could say, we use fitness trackers to monitor performance, or video replays help referees make accurate decisions.
And it's fun to discuss future innovations. I think virtual reality will change how we watch sports, or advanced shoes and equipment improve athletes' efficiency.
Lastly, discussing sports challenges for beginners is useful. For example, learning the rules of cricket was confusing at first, or swimming laps continuously was difficult, but I improved gradually.
Sharing challenges encourages others to relate and gives natural opportunities to give advice or encouragement. Jack, one more interesting way to engage in sports conversations is by discussing sports challenges with friends or family. These stories are always fun to share.
Absolutely. You might say, last weekend, my friends and I had a mini soccer tournament. Or I challenged my brother to a tennis match and it was really close.
And describing the experience makes it more lively. We laughed a lot, even when someone missed a goal. Or it was competitive, but everyone enjoyed it.
Talking about sports achievements outside competitions is also interesting. For example, I finally managed to swim 20 laps without stopping. Or I improved my personal best in running by 2 minutes.
And you can ask others about their personal milestones. What's the most proud moment you've had in sports? Or have you ever achieved a goal you worked hard for?
Discussing sports volunteering or community events is engaging too. You could say, I helped organize a charity football match last month, or our school runs an annual sports day for local children.
And adding the impact makes it meaningful. It was amazing to see kids excited about playing, or the event raised money for a good cause.
Another fresh topic is sports-related challenges on social media or online. For instance, I joined an online fitness challenge and tracked my progress daily. Or people often share workout tips on sports apps.
And it's natural to share opinions. I found it motivating to see others improving too. Or online challenges make training more fun and interactive.
Talking about sports safety and rules is practical, especially for beginners. You could say, always wear a helmet when cycling, or follow the court rules in tennis to avoid accidents.
And you can give friendly reminders. Don't forget to stretch before exercises, or hydrate regularly to stay safe during training.
Discussing sports festivals or local tournaments is engaging as well. For example, our town holds a yearly football festival, or children participate in many marathons every summer.
And describing the atmosphere makes your story vibrant. The stadium was packed with cheering fans, or everyone was excited and the energy was contagious.
Talking about sports aspirations or dreams adds inspiration. You might say, I dream of running a full marathon one day, or I hope to play for my local football team next year.
And you can connect emotionally by adding feelings. It's challenging, but I feel proud of my progress. Or training hard gives me confidence and satisfaction.
Another way to close a sports conversation is by sharing tips or advice. For example, start with small goals and gradually increase difficulty, or practice regularly and stay consistent.
And offering encouragement makes it friendly. Keep going, you'll improve quickly. Or don't give up, every small step counts.
Sports conversations are not just about games. They're about stories, experiences, learning, and fun. Using these tips, you can speak naturally and confidently in English.
That's right, Jack. Whether it's talking about your favorite team, sharing personal achievements, or discussing strategies, the key is to engage, describe, and express yourself clearly.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. We hope you feel ready to talk about sports in English and use these phrases and expressions in real-life conversations.
Keep practicing, enjoy your sports activities, and don't forget to share your experiences with friends.
Until next time, stay active, stay motivated, and keep improving your English.
See you in the next episode.